8分钟，好的，我在这边等。你的车是什么颜色？
My name is Kerr Gibbs. I'm from San Francisco. I came to China for the first time actually in the 1980s. And I came here to travel and to study Chinese. And one thing led to another. And I've been back and forth over the years, but I've been living here in Shanghai for about 15 years now. Shanghai is pretty much my second home.
Well, Shanghai has changed a lot for sure. I mean, we chose to live here. One of the reasons was strategic. I wanted to be inside China to really see how things work. This is the big market, so everybody wants to be here, and you can't really understand what's going on here in China without being here in China.
So I'm the chairman of the American Chamber of Commerce here. We have 3,500 members. Our basic mission is to basically work with American companies and Chinese companies for the benefit of both. We want to keep a healthy dialogue going. We want to keep good flow of communication going between both sides. Well, one thing, we need to do a better job communicating to the United States side that you know, American companies are actually doing quite well here in China. It's still a growing market. About 60% of our members say that despite the downturn, they see China as actually one of the top growth markets for them globally. If you look at it historically, this relationship has been tremendously successful for the last 3 decades. American businesses have done well since China opened up, and clearly China has done extremely well. It's gotten wealthy in the last 3 decades. I think the Chinese people get most credit for that, but the American businesses have played a role. They brought investment, they brought technology and know-how. Now, at this point, the relationship is different. We're facing challenges. I think there's still opportunities, but there's tension in the relationship, and I think in that sense, the role for the American Chamber is probably more important now than it ever has been. Crystal Orange Hotels was one of my first projects investing in China, and it's evolved over the years. When I first came to China, I saw an opportunity at the mid-range for hotels. Now we have quite a few hotels all over China. We have over 120 hotels in many cities in China. The experience has really helped me understand how the China market has evolved. US companies have gone from a model of made in China to made for China, meaning at the early stage, China was basically the factories that were making products for export. Later that evolved into a model where these factories got repurposed to building products that were intended for the China market itself. So we've gone from made in China to made for China. Today we're going through a new evolution, and it's now much more a model that we like to call made with China. I think the Chinese government is reevaluating the position that foreign companies play here in China. So American companies are going to have to adjust. One of the things we do at the Chamber, I mean, we push for more transparency, better communication, so that we can understand what the plan is.
I see. So you have 100 different types of products that you support here.
Yes.
Okay. How many of those products are made in this factory?
There's a lot of anger right now in the United States about the actual benefits that we get from the commercial relationship we have with China. There's a perception in the United States that that relationship has not been reciprocal. The American people have looked at how prosperous China has become, and they're just starting to ask the question as to whether those same benefits are flowing back to the United States. At the American Chamber, we're in a wait-and-see mode right now. We have to basically be prepared for anything, but we hope to continue playing a constructive role and help the bilateral communication between China and the United States.
How do you see the trade relations after President Trump?
Well, it's hard to say what's really going to happen under President Trump, but one thing is for sure. He stirred up a lot of anger about the imbalance in the trade relationship.
And how do you see the prospects in the future?
Well, I think this could actually be quite good. I mean, we're seeing cross-border investment. I think we certainly have that opportunity. I think the question right now is whether we can continue a positive and productive dialogue. I know that there's tension. I know that we haven't always agreed on everything, But generally, from a business point of view, it's been a very productive relationship.
So that's part of your job in Shanghai to promote the relationships.
It is, very much so, just to keep the dialogue going, make sure that we do everything that we possibly do to make sure it's a healthy and growing relationship.
Han Bin for CGTN from Shanghai.